Hi, I'm Amanda from Salesforce. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you. How was your drive?
My drive was good. Had to take 75 and 635 to get here, so just a little bit of traffic. So really happy I didn't have to send a text that I was late.
Perfect. Glad you got here safely.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. I saw on LinkedIn that you recently celebrated a birthday. Did you do anything fun?
Oh, yes, I did. The big 4-5. I had dinner with my family at Fogo de Chao. My wife made me a German chocolate cake, my absolute favorite. If you're a chocolate lover, you would love German chocolate.
I love chocolate. My mom, she makes a choco flan, which is like a Mexican dessert, but we put chocolate, like German chocolate cake on the bottom, and it's so good. I'll have to bring you a slice next time.
Yes, well, please. I'm going to hold you to that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that sounds lovely. I'm glad to hear that you had a great birthday. We can go ahead and get started with today's meeting. My friend Kevin Suarez told me about your interest in a new CRM platform, so I set some time with you to discuss why you're considering a new platform and how Salesforce can tailor to your needs. Is this 10-minute meeting still okay with you?
Yes, absolutely. I have a hard stop at 15 minutes, but this time still works. I just have to go run and pick up my kids.
Okay, that makes sense. So I'll make sure that we stick to that. Is there anyone else that would benefit from being in this meeting?
Yeah, so Mark and I, our Director of Sales Effectiveness, couldn't make it in today. But should everything go well today, he plans on being our next meeting, and he's also a big chocolate fan.
Okay, yeah, so I'll make sure to bring a whole round cake for your team. All right, well, awesome. That sounds great. Let's start off by telling me a little bit more about your current CRM platform that Linux is using. Are you okay with me taking some notes?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So it's great that you're connecting with me now because we don't actually have a dedicated CRM system. We currently use Microsoft Office products, predominantly Excel, Teams, OneNote, Word, to monitor our sales pipeline. Our business unit consists of 3 regional directors, 24 district managers, 180 territory managers, 50 inside sales representatives, and 700 active dealers or accounts. Each territory manager takes notes on their progress and notes with active accounts in different ways. Some TMs are very organized and add a few notes under the tabs we have for each account. Others make notes in OneNote or Word, and some are still old-fashioned and make notes by hand. As we continue to grow exponentially, we cannot keep up with the details of each of our accounts or spend time deciphering everyone's transcripts in an efficient way.
That makes sense. So it sounds like without a centralized platform to keep all of these details from each account, it sounds like there's some room for potential issues.
Absolutely. It has been manageable for the most part, but as we grow and managers transition to other parts of Linux or in their careers, we lose the details of the accounts that we're managing. It gives us a bad look whenever we visit our customers and know nothing about them or the relationship that we've already developed with them.
Yeah, that sounds very hard. It sounds like all of the time that managers and sales representatives spend to develop these relationships just kind of like goes down the drain.
Yes, it's very hard. We spend hours and hours trying to find those details about customer relationships, just for one of us to not find them and start all over anyways.
That makes sense. Do you think Linux would benefit from a platform that keeps all of your accounts and its details in one centralized place for the business unit to add and view details in real time?
Absolutely. We don't know exactly everything that a platform like that would entail, but I think it would be much better than what we are using now. I'd like to see something that is centralized, like you mentioned, but that can store our data and manipulate it to create trends and reports to get a better idea of how we are doing. Easy access from all members of our business unit will be a plus too.
Has accessibility also been an issue?
It has been an issue, for sure. Since data is put in many different places, we don't have access to it from a central location. As managers and sales representatives travel to meet with clients, it would be important for them to see and store details from their phones. That way, when I or someone else visits a customer, I can log it in easily, and my team can see those details in real time and not reach out to that customer without any context.
It sounds like it would make things a lot more smoother. How much time do you and your team spend trying to find details about customers? I know you said that some people use OneNote, some people use Word, and some people just like write their notes out. Like, how long does your team spend trying to like gather all of those details from every point of contact that each customer has had with someone from Linux?
Yes, absolutely. So my territory managers work 40 hours a week. And I think half of their time is spent with customer meetings or phone calls. And the other half of their time is spent making notes to district managers and keeping track of the account process. It's very tedious as a manager has their own way of having notes written for them, which makes our company a little bit disorganized.
Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't realize it would like take that long to read notes. Like I'm thinking like wow, like 20 hours a week to write notes, that's like a lot.
It is.
But it makes sense when information is just being like added manually and like not being updated in real time.
Mhm.
Do you think if you and each of your team members could save around 5 to 7 hours a week on note taking and writing out details, how could Lennox benefit from that?
Oh, it would benefit Lennox greatly. Our team could be meeting with new customers, increasing our closed deals. Can you imagine the number of hours a month we could spend prospecting new customers and taking care of the customers we have?
Yeah, that sounds like many hours that can be used more efficiently. It sounds like your biggest concern is accessibility and having a centralized system so that your team can work more efficiently. Is that correct?
Yes, exactly.
Is there anything else you'd like to see in a CRM system?
There's nothing else that I can think of at the moment. We've been using Microsoft Office for so long, and we're unfamiliar with what else a CRM can offer. We like to see some assistance in figuring out the best platform for us considering our needs, as well as configuring and transitioning to a new system.
That makes sense. How can Salesforce help Linux move forward in this process?
I think it would be great if Mark and I saw a demonstration of Salesforce. We'd like to see how organized our data can become, if it's easy to use amongst our team, and any other features that can make our jobs easier. We'd also like to connect with other companies that have used Salesforce in the past and hear about their experience of their transition.
Do you have any concerns about a transition or a new integration, maybe like the time that it would take, or if your sales representatives don't like the system, just like things like that?
Yeah, so there's a lot that I'm afraid of. First, I don't want to make my team unhappy and make the investment on something that they will not use or find useful. I also don't want to put even more of a burden on them to learn a new platform that may be hard to use. The timeline that it may take to integrate a CRM system-wide is a concern as well. I also don't want to lose the trust of our customers or make the wrong investment and lose the relationships that Linux has. I'm also concerned about budget constraints. I think that has been a great factor as to why it has taken us so long to even consider a CRM system. Would we need to hire people from your organization to teach Linux how to make the most of Salesforce? Would we need to hire experts into Linux? All of these things would need to be considered for us to make the switch.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And all of that is completely understandable. Can we set a time to meet again next week to address some of the concerns and show you a demonstration of what Salesforce can look like for Linux?
Yeah, let me get with Mark and I and a couple of my sales representatives, maybe some territory managers to check their availability. I'd love for them to be part of the next meeting. I'll send you a few times to work for all of us, and we will bring our appetites, so you better bring the chocolate.
Yes, for sure. Well, awesome. That sounds great. I'll follow up with you via email and give you and the others some highlights of what we talked about today and what our agenda can look like for next meeting.
Yeah, that sounds great. It's been a pleasure, Amanda. I look forward to speaking with you again soon.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's been a pleasure. Have a great evening.
You as well. Thank you.